When Mick Schumacher's contract with Haas ended, the German driver was left with no team as all the driver seats had been filled up. Not long after, Mercedes revealed that there might be an opening for him. Now, the Mercedes team has confirmed that the German will occupy the third driver role in the 2023 season. What led to Mick leaving Haas, and how does he feel about the role of a reserve driver? Mick Schumacher started his F1 career in 2021 when he had his debut with Haas. Despite being the son of the great Michael Schumacher, he had worked his way to the F1 level by winning titles in the junior categories F2 and F3. With his impressive performance before joining F1, everyone expected so much from him, but unfortunately things didn't go as planned. Everyone assumed he was still learning the ropes after he finished his rookie season with no points to show for his effort. His team believed he would do better in the next season and be a match for his more experienced teammate Kevin Magnussen. But sadly, his performance in the 2022 season was also not very impressive. He earned points in the second season as he came 6th in Austria, but he also crashed several times in the 2022 season. One was during qualifying in Saudi Arabia, and the other in Monaco, which greatly affected the team's budget. Although they were willing to give him a chance to do better as the season went by, his efforts could have been more significant and he couldn't impress the team. When the news that they would not renew his contract came to light, it didn't really come as a surprise. Many people consider it the wrong direction to let the young Schumacher go. His uncle Ralf Schumacher also revealed that Günther Steiner, the team principal, was not letting him go merely because of his performance, but because he had a personal resentment towards the German driver. He said the reason behind Steiner's resentment is that Mick had become the team's center, and he would rather be in that position. Quote, "I see it as difficult for Haas to choose Mick, otherwise they would have done it long ago. I think the interaction in the team and the openness of Günther Steiner, I'll call it that politely, doesn't necessarily speak positively. Mick has shown that there is potential, but no matter what he did, the team and Günther Steiner were never satisfied with it. This behavior cannot be explained with normal standards. It almost has to be something personal. I believe Steiner cannot deal with the fact that someone is the focus at Haas. He is very, very happy to be in the front and center." End quote. Despite people's reservations about his decision to let Mick go, Günther welcomed the replacement driver. Before letting Mick go, Steiner had been looking elsewhere for a driver who would be a replacement. He approached several people and even considered Alex Albon, and then he came across Nico Hülkenberg. Usually the Haas team didn't mind having rookie drivers, but due to their prior experience, they opted for a more experienced driver. Nico left Renault in 2019, and since then he has served as a super sub and didn't have access to a full-time racing seat. Despite not having his own F1 car, he made 5 super sub appearances for Racing Point/Aston Martin in the 3 years he was without a team. One remarkable performance in the 2022 season was the way he drove in place of Sebastian Vettel for the Aston Martin team in 2 races without having prior access to the car. Not only did he jump in the car as he was summoned, but he also had impressive results. Haas must have seen his remarkable performance and insisted they wanted him on the team to help boost their performance. With his years of experience and the ability to be consistent, they feel he has a lot to offer the team. However, some controversies came with Nico joining the team, as he and Kevin Magnussen, his new teammate, once had a clash in 2017. Magnussen had pushed Nico wide, so Nico labeled him the most unsporting driver on the grid. Since then, the relationship between the two could have been better, and many fans worry that it's not a smart move to pair them together. But Steiner believes it won't be an issue because the incident occurred several years back and, according to him, it has been resolved. In a recent interview, Magnussen also confirmed that he had no problem with Nico, and that he respects him, saying, "I think I've said many times now that I don't have a problem with Nico at all. Actually, I respect him as a racing driver. I don't really know him as a person, but certainly as a racing driver, I've always respected him, so I would have no problem." With Nico now on the team and Schumacher out, nobody knew what the future held for Schumacher. Many thought he would be given a role in the Ferrari team because he has been part of the driving academy since 2019, but there was no opening for him. Some even mentioned that he would be a good driver for the Audi team that would arrive on the grid in 2026. But the question, what would he do until then, remained on everybody's lips. Then Mercedes revealed an opening for the reserve driver role as their 2 reserve drivers had already filled new positions ahead of the 2023 season. Nick de Vries got a race car seat at AlphaTauri, and Stoffel Vandoorne got a reserve driver role at Aston Martin. When the Haas team revealed that Schumacher wouldn't be with the team in the 2023 season, Mercedes chief Toto Wolff announced his intention to take care of the German racer due to the team's sentiments towards his family. The Schumacher name could be associated with the Mercedes team, as Mick's father, Michael Schumacher, had played a significant role in the rebranding of the Mercedes team, which got it to its current position. The 7-time world champion had been with the team from 2010 to 2012 and built a strong bond with the team. Michael's brother Ralph and his cousin David also raced for Mercedes in various categories, so the team was home to the Schumachers. When Ferrari announced that they had parted ways with the German driver, less than an hour later, Mercedes announced that Schumacher would fill up the role as a reserve driver in the 2023 season. Toto Wolff said they were happy to have him on the team as he is a talented driver. He also said Schumacher's calm and methodical approach would help them develop their 2023 car, W14. He also mentioned that his 2-year experience would make it easy for him to step in to replace Hamilton or Russell when needed. Mick is a talented young driver, and we're delighted to have him join the team. He is a hard worker, has a calm and methodical approach, and is still hungry to learn and improve as a driver. These are all important qualities, and we're excited for him to help us develop the W14. We also know that with 2 years of experience racing in Formula 1 under his belt, he will be ready to step into the car at short notice to replace either Lewis or George should that need arise." End quote. Although Mick Schumacher was heartbroken when his contract with Haas was not renewed, he has revealed that he is pretty excited to join the Mercedes team in the 2023 season. He said he's grateful for the new start and ready to give it his all. Quote, "I am thrilled to be part of the Mercedes-AMG Petronas F1 team as a reserve driver for 2023, and I am committed to giving it my all to contribute to their performance in this very competitive and professional environment. I take this as a new start, and I'm just excited and grateful to Toto and everybody involved for putting their trust in me. F1 is such a fantastic world, and you never stop learning. So I look forward to absorbing more knowledge and putting in all my efforts for the benefit of the Mercedes team." End quote. Before Mercedes announced that Schumacher was joining their team, many had thought Daniel Ricciardo would take up the Mercedes reserve role for the 2023 season. But the Australian has a history with the Red Bull team and has taken up a reserve role with them. Mick Schumacher decided to stay in F1 in some role to ensure he is remembered. Getting a race seat in 2024 might be tough because a spot might not open up, but learning from drivers like Lewis and George would help him improve. And we never can tell, soon he might find his way back to the racetrack, and he would be back like he never left. Well, we've come to the end of the video, so kindly leave your thoughts in the comment section and remember to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.